Billy here with Gilbert Travels, here at Amsterdam Schiphol Airport, getting ready to take a flight in a few hours here on Austrian in business class. We're going to take a quick look around the airport. Flew in here with Scandinavian a few days ago and didn't really have any time to look around, so we're going to walk around a bit and find the Star Alliance lounge. Heard that this Star Alliance branded lounge for all the Star Alliance passengers was recently redone, so expecting a nice time in here. Hopefully it's not too busy here. Sadly, the sky deck with the Fokker aircraft display has been closed for renovations for the rest of 2019.
Access to the lounge was included with our business class ticket. The Star Alliance lounge was just completed at the time of filming this video. It isn't a very large space, but it's one of the nicest lounges for its size that I've been in. Self-service food and beverage options were made available in a wide variety and spread across a large area of the perimeter of the lounge to prevent crowding. Unfortunately, the lounge was too busy for me to feel comfortable sharing much of the common areas, but I really enjoyed the stop here.
Had a nice time there in the lounge. Now we're going to head out and find our flight. A little confusing today because the flight board and our ticket and online all have different gates on them. So we're going to walk over from here in the D gates to the B gates and hopefully spot the correct flight gate there. Austrian Airlines is one I've been excited to try out for a while here. And so when I got a chance to take them on a hop here from Amsterdam over to Vienna in business class, I jumped on it as part of my award ticket, coming off of that SAS ticket and then onward from here onto Turkish Airlines. A little bit about Austrian Airlines. They've been flying since 1957 and today they've got 83 aircraft. The A320, like we're on today, is by far their largest fleet type with 27 in service. This aircraft has 30 rows of seats in a 3-3 configuration for a total maximum in all economy of 180. Like most European business classes, it has the flexible ability to block out the middle seat as many rows as you need. So for today's flight, they're just blocking out 2 rows for this leisure route to Amsterdam. Here we go, another business class flight. If you're not an inter-European, it's a lucky thing to do, so excited about this one.
I assumed being behind so many suits, the business class was going to be quite full. However, all of them must have been elite flyers with early boarding privileges, as only 3 other people were in business class today, and we took our seats in row 2, D and F.
So quick thoughts, pretty typical European business class seat. You know, they only advertise 30 inches of seat pitch, but I don't see how that's even close to possible. I'd say they under-advertised that for sure.
As always, we'll have a better look at the seats once we're up in the air.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Most welcome aboard Austrian on our flight to Vienna. Flight time will be about 1 hour 25 minutes.
Now that we're in the air, let's have a look at today's seats, 2D and F. This is a very typical slimline seat shared with much of the Lufthansa group fleet. It does have some unique touches. In particular, I like the bright red tray table latch. It sort of reminded me of a propeller. The tray table itself could be found below the airline literature pocket. It was a typical one-piece adjustable design with 2 cup indentations. Below that was an elastic personal item pocket.
So no in-seat power, but that hardly should come as a surprise to anybody who's flown European Airlines. I was really surprised that that A320neo with Scandinavian we flew a few days ago did have a USB in the seat back, because pretty much across the board you can't expect to get in-flight power on any European Airlines intra-Europe flights.
A curtain hung from overhead to provide privacy. While the seat did lack an adjustable headrest, like most European short-haul seats, overall I appreciated the contour of the seat to allow more knee room, and I thought the two-tone seat covering was aging well and still had a smart look. To the right of the seat was a built-in coat hook.
This is just a ton of legroom. I don't know how they could possibly advertise this as only 30 inches of seat pitch.
On top of the large amount of legroom, foot space was also generous, and at least the lack of power means no equipment boxes in your way.
I'm really impressed with the amount of room under the seats on here. I've got my carry-on bag here, totally stuffed to the gills. Definitely this full it would not fit under American style seats, but it's fitting in here just fine.
Overhead, you'll find a pretty typical Airbus luggage bin, equipped with individual reading lamps and air vents. I did appreciate having almost 2 full windows in the second row of this aircraft. Okay, so you've probably noticed by now, but Austrian definitely has a favorite color, and that color is red. Let's count how many red accents I can find for my seat. Headrest cover, seat accent stripe, seat belt, curtain trim, tray table latch, literature pocket liner, personal item pocket, bulkhead logo, carpet stripes, pillow, blanket border, and winglet, all precisely the same tone of red. I can't complain about this, so many airline cabins are monotonous and dull. Austrian is definitely bold in comparison. In terms of business class amenities for this short flight, Austrian provided a pretty basic in-flight pillow, and actually a fairly nice in-flight blanket. That made me want to take it with me and go have a picnic with the gingham trim. But my overstuffed bag encouraged me to be a good boy and leave it on board. Again, I do appreciate that little bit of personality for a short-haul flight blanket. Let me know in the comments section, what's your opinion on keeping in-flight blankets? Austrian also provided an in-flight duty-free catalog, airline magazine with some neat items we will review in a moment, Wi-Fi information, and a safety card. In the magazine, I really liked this infographic about the airline, including the little statistic that it cost the airline 150,000 euros to fly one of their long-haul 767s round trip across the Atlantic. Before we move on to service, let me talk about an issue I had with my booking. In an odd turn of events, Austrian's website would not allow us to pre-select seats for our flight. However, we found out that by entering the same booking reference number onto Lufthansa's website, we were able to enter seat selections. This is an odd workaround that only works because Austrian, Swiss, and Lufthansa are under the same ownership group.
Excited for service to start here in a few minutes. Austrian is catered by DO&CO, which is a very well thought of, perhaps the most well thought of airline caterer in the business. And so that's one of the reasons that Austrian is set apart in European business class. They will also be catering my flights with Turkish Airlines coming up after this in a few more days when we leave Vienna. Now, one thing that's great about Austrian is they offer DO&CO pre-order a la carte in economy to a limited number of passengers. So you can actually get a really nice cooked meal in economy class. Really, from what I've seen, the same quality as we're going to expect here in business for a nominal fee. So something to definitely consider. If you have a choice to fly on Austrian in economy, is to go on that DO&CO a la carte menu, get yourself a meal, and upgrade your flight.
Here in business class, even on this short flight, a hot meal service is provided. On Austrian's signature triangular crockery. There was only one offering and no menus or explanation were provided. I also found another red accent right here on the napkin wrap. The Viennese are known for their coffee, and a cup is made ready on the tray, waiting to be filled.
Try our first DO&CO meal here with Austrian Airlines. Mushrooms in there. Mushrooms, yeah. A lot of mushrooms. If you like your mushroom soup ground up, it's more big chunks of mushroom, but very, very tasty. It's a decent little portion for, an hour and 20-minute flight. So the potato ball thing in the middle is a little dry, but you have to keep in mind that we're returning to Vienna. This was catered out of Vienna. So this has been on the plane for a little while now. Let me try dipping the bread in the stew here. See that? That's some good stuff.
I found out after the flight that goulash with a dumpling is a typical Austrian dish brought in from Hungary during the Austro-Hungarian Empire in the 19th century, in this case made with mushrooms instead of meat.
The dessert here is very flavorful, kind of a strawberry-filled roll of some sort. It's nothing special, but let's wash it down with a little saucer of coffee. Very good, in-flight coffee. So far, very impressed with my first DO&CO experience.
I settled in to watch the day come to an end from the air with a gin and tonic. There isn't much better about flying than this.
And just like that, we're headed back down to the ground. Had a lovely short first flight there with Austrian. Certainly hope to have a chance to try them again at some point in the future. Like I said, I'd even be more than glad to fly in economy with them and take advantage of that DO&CO pre-order menu, since really the only reason you fly these business class flights in Europe is if the pricing is so close that it doesn't much matter, or if in this case you're doing it as part of a larger business class itinerary where the upgrade is included. So overall, great flight. Thanks for coming along. I'll give you my closing thoughts once we're down on the ground.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Vienna. We have landed on time. We hope you enjoyed the flight. On behalf of the entire crew, I would like to say goodbye. Thank you for choosing Austrian Airlines for this journey. Have a pleasant evening. Servus und auf Wiedersehen.
We made it. Well, I've never seen this before. You've got a different way you go up an escalator here if you're not going onto a connecting flight. I guess it's a shortcut to baggage claim. We'll see. Sure enough, they direct you right to the baggage claim. Never seen an airport quite like this where you don't get to go through the terminal at all once you arrive. So hard product-wise, typical European business class block middle seat. Only note I have there is I don't understand how they're advertising that as 30 inches of seat pitch. So that was a nice surprise. Of course, I would like it if, apart from getting real recliner seats, European Airlines would upgrade to power in the seats and to a true headrest, as is common in the States. Other than that, the seat itself was okay. Meal service was great. Was very happy with my first DO&CO experience. Would like to try to fly with them some more here in the future with Austrian. So thanks for coming along on that flight. We'll see you on the next one. Come back again soon for more flight reviews here at Gilbert Travels. In the meantime, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you can be made aware when more content is available. Thanks for watching.